From the SoKing Newsroom, here's your weekly local news recap. I'm Stephen Vierre. The King County Sheriff's Office and a Burien victim are seeking the public's help in identifying a suspect wanted in connection with a burglary that occurred near South 146th Street and 5th Place South on Monday, September 12th at around 11 a.m. The victim, who was not home at the time, was alerted that someone was in her house by her video surveillance system. The suspect took a couple of tablet computers, an Xbox One, and a wedding ring. He apparently gained entry to the house by jumping a neighbor's fence and then climbing through a bedroom window. The suspect is described as a tall white male in his mid-20s with brown hair and wearing a backpack and gloves. If you have any information on this theft or if you recognize the suspect, please contact Burien Police. Photos at btownblog.com. The Burien Police Department is reporting that an officer observed a stolen vehicle pulling into the Burien Safeway parking lot just after 8 p.m. on Thursday night, September 8th. Police pulled over the black car, surrounded it, and arrested the two female occupants without incident. The driver was booked for an outstanding theft warrant, and the case is under investigation. More at btownblog.com. Former Burien City Council member Kathy Keene has passed away, according to a friend's Facebook post. Keene was elected to Burien City Council Position 6 in November of 2007. She retired in 2010 and moved to Florida, where she passed away on Friday, September 9th. Keene moved to Burien when she was hired by Boeing. Before that, she spent 2 years as a long-haul driver. She retired from Boeing in 2005 to make and sell jewelry and to become more involved in the community. She was elected a Water District 20 Commissioner in 1991, and Governor Gregoire appointed her to the Public Works Trust Fund Board of Directors in 2005. She also served as Secretary of the Washington Association of Sewer and Water Districts, a member of the Public Issues Committee of the Suburban Cities Association, and a member of the Association of Washington Cities Legislative Committee. Everyone at South King Media extends their deepest condolences to all of those who knew Kathy. Details at btownblog.com. A free party on the plaza to celebrate the opening of the Angle Lake Light Rail Station is set for Saturday, September 24th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the station located at South 200th Street and 28th Avenue South in SeaTac. Sound Transit says that when its new station opens, frequent carpoolers will be able to reserve a parking spot ahead of time as a way to maximize the limited parking space at the station. The reservations will come under a new program that will allow carpool permits at Angle Lake. The program also will be extended to the Tukwila International Boulevard Light Rail Station that often fills by 7 a.m. on weekdays. Permits will cost $5 per carpool, and parkers must have and use a valid ORCA card to apply for a permit. The spaces will be reserved through the morning rush hours Monday through Friday, but on weekends and after morning rush hour on weekdays, transit riders will be able to park in available permit spaces without a permit. Sound Transit says at least half of all parking spaces at each location will remain free and available for transit riders on a first-come, first-served basis. By the end of the year, Sound Transit says the program will be extended to 7 other stations, including the Federal Way Transit Center and the Kent Station. More information at ctacblog.com.
We're looking at a pretty decent start to the weekend, but then it kind of all goes downhill depending on which way you're looking at it. Rain will start to pick up through the weekend, temperatures in the mid-60s. Quite a bit of rain for this time of year. We will see this kind of transition into fall-like weather. Once we get into the beginning of next week, we do see some moderation. Temperatures still around the mid-60s, but some sunshine mixed with clouds and some showers as well. Thanks for listening. I'm Chris Gregg, your Puget Sound Weather Geek.
Time now for The Mayne Problem. Commentary from senior writer Jack Mayne.
Fair or not, Joe Diamond's name will forever be synonymous with the boots and barrels that his attendants attach to cars that park illegally at Diamond parking lots throughout the Seattle area. Well, Joe died 9 years ago at 99, but his Diamond parking lives on, now has come to Old Burien, to the outrage of many residents. Folks, get over it. The latest furor is over the new lot in the 900 block of Southwest 152nd Street, and it is the second paid parking lot in that neighborhood. The first is a gravel lot on 9th Avenue. For a long time, people have parked for free there, but now you must have a cell phone in order to pay about $1 per hour in advance for parking. The outrage of it all, really? It is private property. The owner can do anything he or she wants to do with the lot, and banning free parking and turning the management over to Diamond to collect money for them, and Diamond too, is their absolute right. One of the readers of our news story said he did not understand why everyone was so upset. Why exactly should people expect to park on private property that the owner has to maintain and pay taxes on? And get used to another reality. Burien is no longer a small town in remote South King County. It is now part of the megalopolis surrounding that dreaded place, Seattle.
In the final take, local stress over subjective increases in airport noise, that is, noise from jets taking off and landing at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, apparently continues to mount. The FAA modified some of its takeoff and landing routes for aircraft using the airport this past summer, and some folks around Burien report that they are experiencing more jet engine noise in their homes than ever before, and they're not happy. Meanwhile, the FAA, whose job it is to define aircraft flight routes, says that it's only spreading the noise around a little more than it had before. Of course, that answer is not satisfying the FAA's newly minted Burien critics. Unfortunately, complaints about aircraft noise from local residents near the airport have existed in this region for a long time. When the airport was first envisioned and constructed in the early 1940s, it was purposely located outside the cities of Seattle and Tacoma near Bow Lake in unincorporated King County, an area with a relatively low number of residents at the time. But the airport, along with a burgeoning economy, brought with it jobs, industry, and an ever-increasing number of residents to the area. Consider that in 1966, the airport had annual traffic of little more than 2,800,000 passengers. Only 8 years later, in 1974, the airport was handling more than twice that number. Now hold on to your hat. With its new third runway in place, in 2015, Seattle-Tacoma International Airport handled more than 42 million passengers, and 2016 is on track to be an even bigger year. Considering the current numbers of passengers and airplanes used to carry them, is it any wonder that the number of noise complaints has increased? Most of us who live near the airport, and I am one, moved to the area with the knowledge that we would be living very near to a busy, growing municipal airport, and that current engine technology gives us commercial airplanes that make a fair amount of noise in flight, noise that is particularly noticeable during takeoffs and landings. For most of us, and to be fair, the airport was here first. We are the immigrants who have chosen to move in, to live, to work, or to play in the lands surrounding the airport. Having to put up with airplane noise is but one of the compromises we have all automatically assumed by choosing to live our lives near a busy commercial airport. We all need to be a little more tolerant of this aspect of airplane travel and flight, which, all things considered, has historically served all of us pretty well, either directly or indirectly. We're going to have to be patient until technology catches up and solves the noise problem. Also, we need to keep making our own noise, that is, continue to apply constructive pressure that will force airplane manufacturers to continue their work to manufacture ever quieter planes. Hopefully, within our lifetimes, those of us near airports will one day not be accosted by the nearly constant roar of jet engines. It may just be a matter of time. Stephen Vieira, SoKing, Internet Radio News.
SoKing News was created based on a generous grant from JLab's Encore Media Entrepreneurs Program, supported with funding from the Ethics and Excellence in Journalism Foundation and the Nicholas B. Ottaway Foundation.